Hey, Tyler.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Good. How are you?
I don't even recognize Sam without his cowboy hat on.
I won't tell you that I hardly ever wear it except at conventions. So
Who is that dude?
Even though I have it on mute.
Okay. I'm trying to push this into the group real quick. Are you on?
Yeah.
I think that's low enough. That should be good.
All right. Okay. There we go. All right. I think we got our streaming going. Hey, we're going to start in 1 minute, guys. We're going to start right on time here.
Recording in progress. Try to get it on. Yep. Okay. All right, everybody. I want to welcome you guys all to the call tonight. We're really excited to have on with us Master Pro 10's Tyler Daniels and Marcel Niederhauser. These are some of our upline that really were instrumental 12 years ago when Sam and I got started in this business. And so we're really grateful to have them here and to, just have them there where we can share with you guys and share with some of the stuff that we have going on. So I want to recognize a few people real quick. We have 28 people right now on our team who have already signed up, 2 or more people for the College and Cash, running for College and Cash this month. And the 2 I want to make sure I highlight, first of all, let me see, I need to make some people, let me go through, and I'll go through and mute some people here. If you can mute your line as you're coming in, I'd appreciate it. But Kristen Algren and Susan and Jamie Alden have already each signed up 5 people, each of them. So that is fantastic. Julie McAfee's hit 4. And I'm trying to look and make sure I catch everyone who jumps on tonight too, you guys. So if I miss your name, I'll let me know. Rochelle Bolivan has already hit 4. Carol Betts has hit 4. Jenny Field has hit 3. Christy Simpson's hit 3. Heidi White's gotten 3. Faye Fennell 2. Sue Edwards 2. And oops, let me see. Hang on there. All right. Hang on. I'm going to mute everybody really quick, guys. I apologize there. Okay. Sorry about that. And Kamali has already gotten 2. Guy Santaramo has gotten 2. He is a brand new distributor that just joined from New York. We're excited to have him. And Sam and Vandy Flake have gotten 2. Mary Helen Toth. And I think I've gotten everybody on the call who's gotten there. We had 28 already. When Tyler told me to pick, everyone that got 2 or more, I was like, oh, that's a lot. But we're super excited for this. So I'm going to go ahead and turn, questions next, right? Okay. All right, Tyler. One of the questions we got a lot of was something to deal with time management. Balance. How do you balance between building your new business, working with your team? How do you balance family? How do you balance, mainly that, like follow-up versus inviting, that kind of thing. So Tyler, I'm going to turn it over to you for that first question.
Okay, so I think that's a really great question, you guys. I am watching all these people jump on this call. There's 35 of us on here now. That is fantastic. You guys are doing awesome. You know what else is really fun is to listen to all you guys that are out there getting your College and Cash rewards from the company. I don't know if you were paying attention, but just a second ago, you saw somebody pretty special join the call tonight with us. His name showed up at the top. It's if you want to just know it is. It's Steve Fife. He's our CEO. He jumped on the call tonight, which I love that. I love that he is involved in what we're doing here. And so that's exciting to hear that stuff, you guys. It is really, in my opinion, that is some of the foundational stuff that you can do to start moving through the ranks. So congratulations on doing all this. And so time management. How do we manage our time? Let me just tell you this. if you're feeling bad about managing your time properly, I was the worst at it. I was absolutely the worst. I was the guy that would be sitting at dinner with my family, and I would stand up and take a phone call and walk away and do the call. And by the time I came back, Tosh had already paid the bill and everyone was done. And of course they were mad at me, and I was horrible at it. What I had to do though, is I had to pay really close attention to making sure that I compartmentalized my business life with my family life. And what I found worked the best for me is that I would set up a date night. Now, it doesn't have to be the same night every night. It can be a, Monday night one week and Thursday night the next. It can be really whatever night you guys have an opening that's even built around your business if you want to. And that's what I would recommend. But I will tell you this on this topic is it's really, really important that you do it. One of the things that I was always taught by my mentors is, it's not okay to have a great business life if you lose your family life. I mean, I don't know why anybody would be willing to give their family up for just some financial gain. There is a way to balance it. And for me, it became very, very important to do. So I did that. In fact, you can probably hear my little grandson in the background back there. Is kind of blurred out right here, but that's who you can hear in the background. He is my very first grandson. Family life matters to us. It matters a lot to us. And so they're over here having dinner while we do these calls and listening in on some of this stuff. So find that balance. You need to find it. I did it in my life, which is having a date night, or I would pick a certain day of the week that was going to be the family day. And we didn't deviate from that. It took me a few years to learn though. So if you're feeling bad that you haven't got that in your life, don't beat yourself up too bad. I mean, it took me a long time to understand the value of that when I was so just singularly focused on the business. But you'll find it. You have an intuition, you know your family, your spouse. And you know when they've had enough and they need your time, and you should go give it to them. Put your phones away and go give it to them. Okay. Thanks for that question, Mandy.
Oh my gosh, I love that question. We had a lot of really good questions. It was hard to kind of pick. What is the best approach to duplicate? That's the next question. So I'll throw that back up to you or Tyler or Marcel. I don't know who's going.
Yeah, just swap it back and forth, and we'll do 3 of them. So here's the way that I figured the best to duplicate you guys is by doing it by example. It's one thing for somebody to stand there and tell you what to do, but it's another thing to watch you do it. And I'm going to give you an example right now. I think this is a good time to share this with you. A couple of weeks ago, first of all, we go to convention, we see all this excitement going on. We saw these rank advancements, 27 Pro 7s. We saw these bronze, 500 bronze go across stage. And we know that MVP's been driving that, but we also know that collagen and collagen cash has been driving that. And Tyler and I, a week or so after that, had a conversation for about 3 hours. We sat on the phone trying to figure out all the things that we needed to make a commitment to go back to work full-time with balance, full-time. And we made a decision that night. Monday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, we had calls set up. We've been on the phone ever since that conversation, and that we did it by example. We made a decision. We see what's going on in the company, and there's a lot of reasons, and I don't have time to tell you all of those. But we saw what Steve Fife has done. We saw that he's been putting money into this company. He's been searching out a lot of outside counsel, and he's doing everything on his side. Another thing I saw him do is reorganize his staff. I'm seeing him put things in place for the next big run. And what leaders do, or what you want to duplicate, is getting in front of the next big wave in this company. And that's the best way to do it, by doing it. That's really the only answer. There's no other way to duplicate yourself. Well, let me say this. You do duplicate yourself. Whatever you're doing is what everybody else does, if that makes sense. And the non-activity or the coaching or just trying to tell somebody what to do, that duplicates a lot faster than your example. Your example has to be consistent. You have to be patient. You have to give it time. You got to let people watch you, because then they start to see the results. And so that's the best way I can answer that. Go ahead. Back to you, Vandy.
Awesome.
Hi, Sam.
Awesome.
Hey, Marcel, thank you.
Oh my gosh. I hope you guys are taking notes. I'm going to go back and re-listen to this and take more notes. But the next question I wanted to do is about promoting events. What do you do for events? Why are events important in this business?
All right, let me jump in here on this one, you guys. And I want to say something also about the duplication thing that Marcel was talking about. I hope you caught when he said everything you do will be duplicated. So imagine what that means. I mean, it means all of the good and it means all of the bad. Okay, so if you're working really consistent for a week or two, and then you take 2 or 3 weeks off, that's what your team will duplicate. Okay, and that's not necessarily good. When he talks about consistency, that means every single week setting the example for duplication, right? That's what he means by that. So I hope you guys caught that on the duplication. Your team will do what you do. Okay, all right. So how do you promote events? Well, you know, let me take it from a little bit different angle and talk about why you promote events. You know, a lot of people get on these calls. A lot of people hear us talk, or they'll ask us a question like we're doing here tonight, and there will be, you know, some answer that maybe you understand, maybe you don't. And, you know, maybe these answers will be something that you don't even feel like you could teach other people. I mean, maybe you don't have the experience to be able to answer some of the questions that your team will have. And so what happens when you come to an event is the event becomes the mentor. The event becomes the place. It becomes the environment where your questions get answered by those people who have experienced the things that can help that question be answered at the highest level. And so events are really important, you guys. The other thing that events will do is it will give you a lot higher level of belief, because a lot of times people will show up at someone's house and that might be really the only experience they have on that company. You know, they show up and see a few people involved, but that doesn't really show them how big this thing really is. You come to an event, you see how big it really is. It's kind of like, you know, touching the bricks on the building. That's kind of what it's like. I mean, in the home, it's just kind of just socializing and taking people's word for it. You come to an event, it's real. And so you want to get people there. I found out early on, you guys, that events for me were the third-party validation that my team needed. And it was at a time in my life where I didn't have a ton of experience. And so I needed the event to be my big brother or my big sister, be the mentor for us, help my team believe in this company, get their questions answered. Events, I think, are probably, I mean, if I was going to prioritize what I think is the single most important thing, the thing that would be something that if I was going to develop a talent for anything, it would be getting people to events. It would be the single number one most important talent that I would want to personally develop, because all I got to do is get people there and it does it for me. And that's what I love about events. So do it, you guys. I don't care what the costs are. I don't care. I mean, New Orleans is coming up soon. Get people there. Get people to that event. You want people to be there in person. It is absolutely different when you are there versus looking at it or listening to it on a virtual application. And how do I know this? Because Tosh and I spoke at the last event, and I could feel that emotion with the audience, the interaction, that relationship we had with the audience. It was like a conversation we were having with the audience. And when I went back and listened to the replays, the way that the virtual event came across is they mute a lot of that interaction out so that you can only hear the speakers. And I'm just going to tell you something. There is a relationship between the speaker and the audience when you're in that audience or on that stage that cannot be duplicated over a virtual environment. You just can't do it. And so get them there. Learn that talent, get them there, let them experience that. And you'll probably find out that it's a lot easier when you get home that for them to take action or to take activity. It's going to be a lot easier for them to bring people to you guys' next big meeting because the emotion will be with them and the people they're talking to will feel it. Okay, so it's probably the most important talent that you can learn, the most important skill set you can learn is to get people to events.
Wow. I love that. I know events changed my life. Sam went to the first 2 big events without me. And he's like, we've got to get our wives. They made a commitment to get their wives to the event so we could see it. And the event changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. I'm going to turn it over to you, Tyler. Marcel, I guess, for the MVP. So first of all, you guys in the chat, drop MVP if you've hit MVP bronze at all, even one time since the company launched the MVP bronze program, because I love this program. So Marcel, back to you.
Here, start over, Marcel.
I did. I gotcha.
Gotcha.
I saw it pop up. So I love that. I love the MVP too. I want to add one little thing to this promoting events. And Vandy, you said it. Sam got me to the event. It changed my life. Here's how I process this business, you guys, is I always look at what did the event do to me? And here's what it did. I went to it. I got so freaking excited. I sold out and I committed myself. And I thought, wow, if I'm that dumb, maybe I can find some other dumb people to do the same. No, I'm just kidding. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mastering the art of promoting will make your journey through this network marketing business through LifeVantage a lot simpler, because the more you have your group rely on you to give them that aha moment, which I can't do it, Tyler can't do it. Nobody can transfer that emotion over to somebody. And I have witnessed over the last 30 years, events get people to move. So you absolutely, you want to master that along the way with the other 5 principles and behaviors so that you can actually have somebody in your group to promote to the event. See how all that works together? So I love what I saw down in the chat. A lot of you already know the MVP, but one of the principles or one of the behaviors that I really believe in is activity, showing information 15 times or more a month. And the reason why I picked 15, because that's about what the average person will do or close to. The more is for the people that will actually do more. Now, why do I promote that? Because every one of us in here has been on a journey sponsoring people. And sometimes we get somebody in that quite won't go, so we sit on them and try to hatch them for the next 2 or 3 months. We just got to help them. We got to get them there. And if we move on, I want to tell you not to do that. This is a numbers game. You ever heard of the 20-80 rule? I'm not going to get into it, but if 20% of the people do 80% of the work, we use the 15 presentations or more a month to find the 20%. And sometimes you hit a lot of 80%ers along the way. And what I've watched people do is waste a lot of time trying to get them to go. And what happens is when we're brand new and we're doing that, we get very discouraged. We think that it's not going to work. And then we go to the events and get all pumped up and see other people working. It's because we haven't learned that little transformation there. You don't sit and wait. Now, the question is, too, that goes along with that is people say, how long do I follow up? How long am I going to follow up with somebody? Until they tell you no. What you don't do is you just don't wait for them to get your business going. You keep having people in the funnel. So you've got follow-ups every 24 hours or, however you're going to do that so that you're always getting back to somebody. What you'll find out, the people that are dragging their feet, you have a tendency to forget about them. And all of a sudden somebody signs up. One person signing up changes your whole entire outlook on this business. And so with that being said, there's a little method of how to find those people, because we're going to find 3 people that want to do what we're doing. Basically, they're going to get on a subscription order. So we're going to sign them up. Sometimes we have to sign up 3 or 4 to find the 3. Everybody agree? Okay. So to go bronze, you guys know this already. You're going to enroll 3 people. I would prefer on an elite pack. You're going to get 40% of that enrollment volume, which is about $1,020 in your pocket. And then the next month, their subscription order runs. It takes 2 months to hit bronze. Next month, the subscription order runs, and voila, you're a bronze in the company. And the company now pays you an extra $100 on top of what you made the month before. And then the 2% that you get on their volume. Okay. Now, why is that important? Because when you're doing those meetings to find those 3, you're going to be signing up customers because you're going through the numbers. You're going to sign up other distributors that aren't active, and it's going to make you or force you to do those things you need to make that happen. I also want you to concentrate by December on getting 9 customers so that when January 23 hits, and here's why, you're going to be positioned for the next year for your business to blow up. Why is that? Because November and December are the months that most people take off and don't work. But the people that are hungry, the ones that are looking for you, the ones that want Christmas to be better next year, their minds are open, they're tired of the high gas prices, just all these forces that are pounding down on all of us, those people are praying for you to come into their lives. So if you're doing the 15 a month, you're allowing yourself to cross paths with them. Does that make sense? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to set a goal right now for yourselves. I'm going to help you. I want you to set a goal that you're going to hit bronze again. If you've already hit it, I want you to set it again for the end of December. And I want you to commit yourself to getting 9 customers. And then after, once we get into the next year, every one of you are going to come up to me again and say, thank you so much for that advice. Okay? I see a lot of people on here. I know. I love you guys. I just, Tyler and I are really excited about what's going on, and we're really excited. I remember him and I were having a conversation because as you get to Pro 10, your activity in your business changes, correct? You go into it, we're in a mentorship mode. But we have purpose. And when you have purpose in your life, you can see the excitement, you can feel it. And the last time we made a run, we created a foundation for this company that helped develop a lot of Pro 10s, Pro 9s, Pro 8s, Pro 7s, and so on and so forth. And so I want to just throw a challenge out to you guys to jump on this with us like you are. You're on the call, but make the goal, do the work, and have yourself set up for 2023. You guys okay with that? All right, I'm going to turn it back to you, Vandy. Sam, it is good to see you, buddy. It's been a while.
It's good to see you too.
No, I love the MVP, and that was one of my things because it promotes the right behavior, and I love the idea. Go get it again. So Tyler is going to explain a little bit about Collagen Cash and why we want to run for that.
You guys, this is actually my favorite part of the whole call right here. I got to tell you, when I was at the last event, this convention event, I was paying really close attention to what was happening with all the brand new Pro 7s. Over 25 brand new Pro 7s and 2 brand new Pro 10s there at that event back to back is really a big deal. I mean, it's something you just can't ignore. And it really led me to start asking questions about, is there a certain thing that these people are doing? I mean, is there a way that they're doing it? Do they have some different understanding of something that I don't know? What is it that's driving that behavior that's going to bring these people, to that level of success in this company? And it just turns out that, Steve put all of us together in a room about a year ago to be on a field advisory board, and we all became really, really good friends. Again, I mean, we were friends, but I mean, we're like good friends. I mean, we were starting to have like collaboration conversations and, late night conversations about different ideas that we were talking about at the field advisory board. And I went to one of the people that I've really got a lot of respect for, Rachel, and I asked her, I said, what are these guys doing? What are the 20? I mean, how did we get 25 brand new Pro 7s in 1 year? And how did we get 2 brand new Pro 10s? And she says, well, she goes, I think it's a combination of things. I think people are excited, about some of the new products that we're doing. I think they're excited about the MVP. They're excited about collagen, and they're excited really about this Collagen Cash. And I said, so what are you telling people about that? And she says, well, what I want people to understand is that the Pro Tandem makes your body really prepared to do the most with the collagen. She goes, if you're using Pro Tandem to get your body into a position like it was when you were young, where it's recovering as fast as when you were young, and then you introduce the collagen to it, collagen is a really, really big deal. And I was like, really? I mean, how big of a deal is it? She's like, no. It is a really, really big deal. It's one of the things that is becoming really prevalent in our marketing and our advertising. It's one of the things that people are starting to understand that is an essential thing in their body. And so when we help people understand that their body is prepared to receive that collagen, to use it at its maximum potential, she goes, I think people are excited about that. She goes, and then the company's doing this Collagen Cash, which, do you guys know how much money you make when you sign somebody up on collagen? If you get a brand new customer on collagen, it's going to cost $150 for that. 112 of it is the volume the company will pay you on, and you're going to get 40% of that. So you're going to get roughly $45. The company's throwing another $15 on top of that for you. You're getting $60 every single time you sign somebody up on collagen. She goes, and what's happening is people are starting to talk about the Healthy Glow Pack, that get the Pro Tandem and the collagen, and they're getting a little bit more even on top of that. And they're starting to realize this income that they're not used to getting. If they put work in this week, they're getting paid. And it's a really, really big deal. And all they're doing is taking that messaging and transferring it down into their organization. And that's catching fire because we understand what Pro Tandem does. We understand that introducing collagen allows your body to use it better because of Protandim. And it's a real popular message. And so it's kind of funny. I don't know if you guys know Michelle Scaff or not. She's a good friend of mine. I got to meet her, I don't know, 10 or 12 years ago. And her husband was giving her a hard time about buying collagen and using collagen. And she was like, well, then you just need to go do your research, right? So he did. I'm going to put into the chat, you guys, an article that he found that he went out and read, and then that made him start buying the collagen himself. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to go find this in my notes. I'm going to go find this article in my notes. I'm going to copy this, and I am going to come back in here now, and I'm going to put this in the chat for you guys. Let me show you. If I can get my phone. My daughter's sitting next to me, and she's like, it's freaking her out to watch me operate my phone. It's so great. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to put that article. It's in there now. I want you guys to take this article, capture, go copy it, paste it into some place where you can look it up. If it doesn't show up for you, just go type in the title of it. Okay, just go type the title in and read this article. I'm going to read to you the very first paragraph of this article because I think it's interesting. She sent it to me. She goes, this is the one that got Danny. This is the one that got Danny going. And I said, all right. So here's the title of it. It says, initially, I thought it was a scam. Can collagen really turn back the clock? Now, I don't know if you guys have listened to the ABC Primetime or not, but it's kind of funny that John Quinones would say, can it turn back the clock? You know, and all that kind of stuff. It's really funny. So here's the first paragraph. Wrinkled skin, painful muscles, aching joints. Collagen is being marketed by supplement industry as the answer to many of the problems of aging. And then this David Cox guy goes on to say, of all the 20,000 or so different proteins, so of all the 20,000 or so different proteins in the human body, there is one that dominates more than any other. Without it, our cells would simply collapse in on themselves. Our skeleton and blood vessels would disintegrate, and we would be little more than blobs of shapeless tissue. Okay? And that's the article that he read that made him say, I'm going to use collagen too. So I just gave it to you. I just gave an article to you guys that it's a very, very powerful tool. It's an educational tool. You can use it. Okay. Go read the rest. It talks in there about how big this collagen market's going to be too. So now you have a company. You have a company that understands with our core product, and we're never gonna deviate from that. What the core product does to get your body prepared for the different products that you can put into your body and then get the maximum benefit possible because of what Protandim does. And collagen is the latest thing, and the company's going to pay you extra money to go talk. We had, I think we're 11 or even $12 million, you guys, worth of collagen sold in just the last, I think, in the last 4 or 5 months. So that's a big deal, right? A big deal. Big deal on that. So anyways, you guys, we're excited about this. We reached out to Sam and Vandy and we said, we're doing calls every week. I'm going to bring you something different every week. Okay, I'm going to bring something. We're either going to bring something like this article, or we're going to bring something on the business or something on the MLM world, something that's industry based even, so that we can help educate you guys beyond some of those initial questions or pushback that you get. Every single week, we're going to do this through the end of the year to try to help you guys get prepared to go into the year 2023 and take advantage of all the incredible things that the company is doing next year. So I know we have a couple people on here from corporate. We're running a touch late, so Marcel and I have to jump off and go to our next call. But I'm going to ask these guys to close the call out with you, and you can, and then they're going to probably jump on my next call, so don't keep them too long, okay? But let me introduce the first speaker. He's been on several of our calls. He has been instrumental in all the conversations that we've been having on the Field Advisory Board. He's a really, really great advocate for you. He is your biggest cheerleader. He is somebody that understands this industry. I know that Steve relies heavily on him, especially in the office today. So Jeff, I know I saw you out there, but why don't you take over this call, and then you can decide where it goes after that, Vandy.
You bet. All right. Yeah. No, I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Tyler. Tyler and Marcel, I mean, they are instrumental in not only LifeVantage as a whole, where we're going. They truly are amazing leaders, and we couldn't honestly do it without them. And I know Steve will share that same sentiment, but we are over the moon excited to partner with them, to see them running, to work with each and every one of you guys. We know that MVP has been a big part of your guys' organization and all of your guys' success. And I love seeing collagen and the collagen cash now starting to grow and mingle into your organization. And I just want to leave Steve enough time, but I'm going to throw a couple of numbers in there just to kind of edify why we're so high on this as a company. Collagen cash, we have done well over $1.2 million in collagen cash. That's how much we have paid out, you guys. So the fact that Marcel and Tyler are jumping on this, partnering with some of our most experiential and successful customer around the lines of customer sales is actually really exciting to us. And so 1.2 million paid out in collagen cash, and Tyler and Marcel are going to double it. Okay. So go get it. Go take their money. And I know Tosh is all about it. So go take full advantage of everything that they're putting out there to help you guys build and grow your business, especially as we head into the holiday season. And I do want to add one more thing with MVP. You guys are a huge component of the MVP success. And I want to share numbers. I like sharing numbers. Month to date with MVP, you guys, last month we were at 123 qualifiers month to date. Guess where we are this month already? 244. You guys, MVP is gaining some crazy momentum, and it is all about the right behaviors. And so take full advantage of these promotions that both Tyler and Marcel are promoting, and that we as a company we're doubling down on, and it honestly will be instrumental in the growth of you guys and your organization. So with that said, I'm going to turn the time over to you, Steve, and let you take it home.
Thanks, Jeff. And thank you everyone for being on this call. You know, I see a lot of very familiar faces. It's good to see you again, and some faces that aren't familiar to me, but I hope to meet you soon. And I just will echo, what has been said before, but to re-edify Tyler and Marcel and Vandy and Sam, you have tremendous leaders in this group, people that care about you and your success. And I continue to, personally feel blessed by the responsibility that I feel for you, but also the fact that we have such a tremendous opportunity to touch people's lives. And that can be financially, it can be physically, it can be socially through the culture that we have at LifeVantage. And the fact that, Tyler, Marcel, Vandy care enough to pull together a meeting like this and commit, especially the next several weeks, to close out the year strong, so that really, there's two ways of looking at it: closing out the year strong or setting up for success for calendar 23. And I'll just leave you with some thoughts that it is going to be a tremendous year for LifeVantage in 23. Tyler mentioned how the FAB has been committed, these friendships that are formed. And when you're in a foxhole with someone for a long time, you really know who your friends and candidly who your enemies are. And it's great to be partnered with a couple of people like that who care passionately, like I said, about your success and the success of other members on your team. We're set up here for a great run next year, and appreciate all you do. And I hope you know that myself and the corporate team is here to support you in any way we can. So thank you so much. Back to you, Vandy.
Thanks so much, Steve, Jeff, Tyler, Marcel. We're just very honored and very blessed. Excuse me, very honored and very blessed to have you guys and for your time tonight. We really appreciate what you bring to this company, and we didn't even know they were going to be on this call, guys. So that was a nice shocker, right,
Yes.
Vandy?
We're always grateful to have our corporate staff, how dedicated they are. That's part of the reason you have so many of us that have been with LifeVantage so long, is because of the corporate team and the partnership together. And when we run together and everyone's talking about college and everyone's pushing for MVP, you can already see the excitement. 244 people already qualified for MVP. We've got, I think, 27 almost ready people qualifying for college and cash this month. So it's exciting times when we all talk together. And so let's just do it. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you again, Jeff and Steve, for jumping on our call. And I will send out the things for next week and make sure we get everybody on again. So sounds good. Have a great night, everybody.
Thanks.
Happy Thanksgiving.